I need to do more reviews. I have messed with this camera angle so many times trying to get as enough of this beast in the picture as I can, and this is like what we're gonna have to do. But there's the rest of the gun. Long ass barrel with a big ass orange tip. But let's get into this review. So what we're reviewing today is the brand new Lancer Tactical M82 Spring Barrett. And I know what you're thinking. Spring Barrett? Thing must be a piece of crap. Not really. Let me get into that. So, first things first. In the box, you'll get a packet of 1,000 Lancer Tactical BBs that are .2s, which, you know, if you use .2s, you can actually use. I've used Lancer Tactical BBs before, and they're just fine. I mean, they're no KWA BBs or anything, but they're still pretty decent. I mean, they're definitely usable. But, along with that, you get your manual. The manual is pretty darn good, actually. No Chinglish. Very detailed guide. If you've never had an airsoft gun before and you needed to read a manual, this is a great manual. One thing, though, that caught my eye reading through this. Right here. Wait for the camera to focus. And there. There we go. So, it says you can take BBs or 2 CO2 cartridges. Now, I just thought that was a suggestion thing that they had, but I looked at it, you know, again. Well, I looked further through it, and as you can see right here, it says CO2 Conversion Kit, sold separately. Now, I've read on forums and stuff like that this Barrett looks like it takes SVD parts, the spring SVD, you know, the A&K and the King arms and whatnot. Now, I haven't seen any confirmation of it. I haven't seen anybody upgraded with SVD parts, but if you do have a SVD CO2 conversion kit, pop that in here if you have one of these Barretts and see what happens. Because, you know, think about it. If the CO2 conversion kit is going to be around the price of the SVD one when that one came out, that's going to be $100. So if you think about that, you're going to get a CO2 Barrett for $220. That's amazing. I know when that comes out, I'm getting it. Another thing it comes with is this nice shooting target. And on the back, it has a bunch of other Lancer Tactical products. It has their cheap AK, which, you know, everyone knows, you know, everyone's opinions on those cheap $100 ones. But it has their tactical AKs, their PGW, and their sniper rifle. And along with that, you get your Lancer Tactical warranty card, which, you know, I'm starting to like Lancer Tactical. Alright, let's get a little bit closer to this gun after I get my cat the hell off my table. Phone came in the mail after I paused that video. Yay. Alright, let's get back to the Barrett. So, as you can see, the barrel's off. Then explain that in a second. Actually, I'll explain it now. So the barrel comes off. In the box, it's going to be detached. But you have to take the barrel off to get to the hop-up. Now, this middle one right here is your hop-up. This one, I don't know what it does, and then this one holds the hop-up to the barrel. Now it is counterclockwise for more hop and clockwise for less hop. Now, to get this on, make sure that this is pointing down and away from the charging handle. And you want to put it at like a 45-degree angle when you set it in there. And then when you push it in there, it'll turn and it'll click in place. Simple as that. Alright, now to the materials of the gun. Pretty much everything to about this point that's tan is plastic. So that means pistol grip, trigger, mag release, body, upper receiver, rail, all of that's plastic. The back that you see that's black is actually rubberized, and it's actually very nice. Here's one of my very few gripes about this gun. The charging handle is plastic, which I'm not a huge fan of, but eventually when I do get that CO2 conversion kit for this gun that I talked about, that won't be a problem. Another gripe I kind of have is that Lancer Tactical logo right there. Not a huge fan of it. I would just honestly rather it not be there. Now, let's turn over here to the barrel. The barrel is actually aluminum, which is really nice that at least this is metal, because this is probably what's going to end up, you know, getting the most pressure, if you know what I mean. This is going to be leaning against stuff. This is probably what you're going to trip on. And if it was plastic, it'll probably just snap. Especially if it was this kind of plastic, yeah, it would just snap. Now, not saying that this is horrible quality plastic, but still plastic, and I'm glad that at least the barrel is metal. Now, with the orange tip, let's just bring that over here real quick. To get it off, you just unscrew these two, and it'll just slide right off. Now, the edges feel weird. I know this really doesn't have anything to do with the gun, but it feels like the orange tip was 3D printed. It has that weird, rough feeling. I don't know. That's just me. Felt like I needed to state that. Now, pulling this back is actually not that hard. I'm not gonna do it just because that require me moving this big ass thing and pulling it back. It's a spring gun. You pull it back, goes forward, pull the trigger, it shoots. Simple as that. But, again, this plastic charging handle concerns me a little bit. The magazine is another gripe a little bit. This only holds 110 BBs, I think. It goes like that. As you can see, here's a little thing, which I would rather them just have curled it around like that instead of having this compartment. Now, like I said, the reason behind this, I think it's because it's just a cheap version of a Snow Wolf mid cap. They didn't bother to put M16 magazine into or make it a high cap, because I'm guessing that they tried to make this gun as cheap as they could price-wise. Hold on, my hand made that unfocus. Anyway, I think they tried to make it as cheap as they could price-wise. Like, the materials are, you know, it's all plastic, but it feels good. And I think if they made this a high cap, maybe it would have bumped the price up to maybe a 130, 150, which 150, I don't think I'd pay that for this gun, but for $120, $100, depending on where you get it, definitely worth the price. Now here's a question I'm sure you're all thinking about. Should you buy this gun? Maybe. You need to buy this gun for the right reason. I bought this gun for one reason and one reason only. It's a Barrett, and it's badass. Now, if I wanted a serious Barrett to use, I would have bought the Snow Wolf. But, you know, for $120 from my local retailer, I'm very satisfied with my purchase. Now, I'm not saying this gun is useless. Not in the slightest. You can definitely use this gun, but you need to use this gun for the right reasons. It's purely just for fun. They don't sell standalone mags yet, and it's spring powered and it's all plastic aside from the barrel. So, if you're serious about getting into sniping, this isn't your gun. Damn it, this isn't your gun. If you seriously want to get into sniping, there's a lot of options where you can have readily available upgrades. For example, the JG Bar 10 or the Well MBO1, which is their L96. Both of those have a plethora of upgrade parts, and they are a lot better for getting into sniping. Now, if you're already a sniper, again, you'll love this gun. I'm a sniper. I love this gun. So far, I've used it in one game, and all I did was kind of plink around, and it was fun. I got to run around with a Barrett. That's another thing. This gun's very light, but it's not light enough to where you feel like if you drop it, it's going to shatter into a million pieces, like their AGs. But yeah, when that Co2 Conversion Kit comes out, I can see you actually upgrading this. Put a Type bore in there, get a couple of mags. Hey, see if the Snow Wolf mags work, and then you got yourself a CO2 Barrett for 120 bucks. So, back to what I was saying. Should you buy this? Yes, if you're buying it for the right reason. If you're getting into sniping, no. But overall, for $120 from my local retailer and $100 from E-Vike and Airsoft GI and all that, hey, you can't go wrong. This gun's awesome. It's a Barrett. It's just awesome. The materials are not bad, they're good. So yeah, if you looked at a $100 Barrett online and you just thought, ew, turn that ew into a because this, my friends, is an awesome gun. And for $100, you can't go wrong.